What's up, Legends? In today's video, we're going to be showing you the build that I've been using to get through the base game as well as new game. We'll quickly go over the equipment that you need for this build. We've got a Staff of Loss, that's to cast our sorceries. We've got a Sacred Dagger just for Golden Vow, pop that just for a buff. We've got a Moon Veil plus 10. And since we're in new game, we've got a second Staff of Loss. Both of these are going to boost our invisibility sorcery, which we are using. So that's very helpful. For our armor, we've got the Okina mask for a little bit of extra dexterity, and then 3 pieces of the Rakshasa set. Give us a little extra damage. For talismans, I run the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman for a little bit of extra protection, the Shard of Alexander, the Magic Scorpion Charm, and Rolana's Cameo. Got the Magic tier, Stone Barb Crack tier. For stats, I'm level 246, so obviously you'll have to dial this down a little bit if you're just getting started. And I'll leave some numbers next to these if you're only level 150. As you can see in my memory slots, I've got Night Comet, Terra Magica, Carrion Phalanx, Ranni's Dark Moon, and Comet Azure. The main meat and potatoes of this build are going to be Night Comet and Terra Magica. Carrion Phalanx I just have for versatility. Ranni's Dark Moon is really good for applying a debuff to your enemies that makes them take extra magic damage. And Comet Azure just so we can blast big bosses like Mage, and it also looks really cool. The idea with this build is to put a Terra Magica down, then switch over to your Ranni's Dark Moon, shoot that at the enemy so they get debuffed. Then they'll take extra magic damage from your Night Comet or from your Moon Veil if they get close enough, and then blast with Night Comet until they die. I'll have some gameplay in the background of what this build actually looks like. Really like this build a lot. It's really versatile. Helped me get through the game. This was my first ever Souls game, so I needed a little extra help. Useful in all situations. You've got range with Night Comet, you've got up close with the Moon Veil, and Rolana's Cameo gives a nice boost to damage if you can hold that stance for just a second. I have the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman because I'm not that good at avoiding enemies' attacks. You can easily change that out for something else if you want a little bit more damage. We've got a couple options here. We can go with the Godfrey Icon if you want to charge your Night Comet. We can go with the Ritual Sword Talisman, make sure we get a little extra damage when our HP is at maximum. Or you can go with a more versatility option, go with the Two-Headed Turtle Talisman to greatly increase your stamina recovery speed. The Graven Mask Talisman is also a great option if you're leaning more into the Night Comet. Radagon Icon also shortens your spell time, that's another good option. I find myself sort of switching between these depending on the situation. Keep in mind that if you are in new game, you can get a second Staff of Loss and you can double the bonus to your Night Comet. Each Staff of Loss that you hold gives you 30% damage increase. The 2 Staffs of Loss is a lot of extra damage, and you can always switch back to your Moon Veil if things get a little too close for comfort. I'll leave some footage running in the background so you can see how this build works with a bunch of different bosses in the base game as well as new game. If you need help getting this build set up, I'm going to link to a video by Your Average Gamer. This is the video that I followed to get the build set up. I'll leave some footage at the end of me fighting a couple different bosses. This is all on New Game or Journey 2. Let me know what you think in the comments if you try this build out. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Sweet, sweet revenge. I dodged it. There it is.